Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Disclosures. I am here with Peter the Insider, and we are going to cover some of the latest topics that have come up. And, we like to talk about current events, but also things that happen out in space. And both Peter and I were discussing this area, which is the Carina Nebula, but we're going to get into that in just a moment. I'm going to introduce Peter, and he's going to say hello.
So, hello to all of you people, our regular, maybe not so regular audience.
And we've been talking about a lot of different things, and at this time right now in the world, there's a lot of strange things happening. And so we're trying to sort it out and trying to figure out that maybe there's, we can get into some of the topics that came in last week. We had some controversial information regarding the New World Order. Unless you would like to address that now, Peter, or should we talk about that later?
I don't know, to be perfectly honest, because people... It is, from my point of view, it's very easy. Once I never ever talked about supportive about New World Order or something like that. I will be maybe way too rough to the people, but I will say it as I feel it. That means if people don't hear, not because they don't hear, but because they don't want to hear, and if it is with people because not because they don't understand, but because they don't want to understand, let's it be that way, okay? I am very honest with Olia, you are listening, because the stuff is that, like it or not, people, what's happening right now is fact, and this is solid fact. We simply can't change it. There should be at least some sort of, let's call it elite, who will lead, who will create some sort of leadership, if I want to call it that way, because it is very easy. The answer to the question that, yeah, okay, it's so great, we disconnected from the matrix, technically we hit the kill switch to the old system in April 26th this year. That means 2020, 2 p.m. UTC Zulu or something like that. It's pretty much the same. That means universal time. It's the same all over the world. And many people start to ask me that no, Insider is bullshitting on this nonsense, because everything is going even to deeper and deeper chaos. It's pure mayhem. Everything is bad. It's very easy. I mean, the question sorry for that. The answer to this question, why is it like that? Respectively, why is it not still like that? But once, why it is going more and more into deeper and deeper trouble is very easy. This answer to the question, like why everything of this is happening, because of two things, respectively two reasons, if we wanna call it that way. First reason is the residuum effect. Residuum effect is something like, you know, if there is some sort of very complex phenomenon, this phenomenon, it is not just like that. Nope. It is not just you hit the switch and the light from light bulb or LED or I don't know whatever will stop shining. Nope, it is not like that. Once we are talking about very complicated phenomenon like it is, sorry for that, it was I'm still making trouble with that, because I can't, even myself, I can't believe that something like that was possible. So a residuum effect is like a very complicated, complex phenomenon, wide variety phenomenon, was shut down, but there are still many processes with within the complicated complex contexts of existence, and I'm talking about old context of existence. They are still fading out. This is like once you hear the music, and especially in older songs, they were using this fade out effect. So technically, they were still, I mean, artists, musicians, they were still playing or singing or whatever, playing instruments, but the volume was getting down and down and down, more and down, something like that. So this is the first reason of this, maybe the first half of the answer to the question why. That means like capital WHEI, you know, like why everything of this is happening, and why we are going deeper and deeper and even more and into more and more trouble. And the second part, the second half of this question second part of the answer to this question is it is easier, but let's use very easy, as I like to say, kindergarten easy example. Once you want to boil some liquid, easiest example possible, water, right? You need to turn the burn, I don't know, maybe once you are using it ceramic plate, you know, and you are using electricity or something like that, you need to turn it 100% as I don't want to say fast, but technically the most powerful as it is possible, right?
Yeah.
But once the water starts boiling, you need to make it, you need to turn the power of the flame, or I don't know, electricity system way more down. Let's say 1/4, maybe 1/5, like 20-25% or so. And this is it. We were able to hit also called respectively some sort of kill switch, if we want to call it that way, on this day, in this specific hour. So that means 26th April this year, 2020, at 2 p.m. UTC Zulu, because people start to do very good things. That means people, they are oriented into more like Asian, respectively Eastern-ish philosophy. They start to meditate. People, they are believers. It doesn't matter. I don't know if they are Christians, Jewish, I don't know, Muslims. They pray massively. I'm talking about massively, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people, they are maybe not anything at all. People, they are not into anything at all. They start to do good things. For example, because of COVID crisis, quarantine, I don't know, like young people, many young people, they start to do, I don't know, like they start to make house, respectively flats, maintenance for people with some chronic illnesses, or for old people, 60-65 plus. They start to do, I don't know, like shoppings. I mean, like basic stuff, not huge stuff, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Supplies, and all kind of the stuff. And this is it. Like everything counts, even if you don't believe in any sort of religion, philosophy or something. It's fine. You helped people in a need. They are, let's say risky. Just go out. Risky groups just go out from their homes, flats, whatever, via COVID crisis quarantine. Something like that. So that's fine. But this is totally vice versa system, like 180 degrees upside down. That means once you want to boil the water, fine, you need to get the flame or whatever like on 100%, and then you need to get it much lower. Nope. This, what I want to talk about, respectively what I am talking about, is that yeah, we are so happy. We will be. We was sorry for that, but once I am talking about past tense, what already happened, those at the day, 26th April, 2020, this year, right? We was able to do it. They were so enthusiastic. People, they were enthusiasts all over the place, all over the world, but they don't realize one very important fact, that this is the exact opposite case as the boiling water. So no, don't stop, don't get down with, I don't know, effort. Don't get down, respectively, don't stop, meditate, pray, helping people, whatever. And even you need to get more and more people. That means you need to gain groups of people, I don't know, praying, meditating, helping or so. And that's the problem. This is the initial problem, that residue effect, and this of those old, let us say, constructs, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the first place. And in the second place, the fact that people, I don't want to say that people weakened. I mean, like people stopped to make as much effort. No. They did even more. But we need much more quantity. Do you know what I mean? And because of this, that there is lack of quantity, all this
quantity of people?
quantity of people, I don't know, like praying, meditating,
Yeah,
helping, all the kind of stuff. Those two factors mix together, and bam, this is it. It smashed the wall. As I like to say, it hits like a truck. And this, all of this chaos and mayhem happened. That means COVID crisis,
violence,
you know,
protests,
let's say it, protests, but I don't want to, yes, of course they are protests, but technically protests, plundering, and all kind of those
more
stuff.
Plundering, looting,
looting and all kind of the stuff.
Killing.
The killing, of course, and technically the mayhem, and none of those people are thinking, respectively, when those stuff started, they were not thinking about how crazy will it have effect to the economy. It will be like free fall from the sky. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it will hit the ground. Like, what the heck are you talking about?
They unleashed because they were locked up.
This is it what I'm talking about. So maybe that's the reason, initial reason why so many people say about me that I'm saying total nonsenses, and I will not watch my language. I think that this will not under censorship of YouTube, that I am bullshitter. Do you know what I mean? That I'm saying fairy tales, that we disconnected from Matrix, from old systems, from old constructs. This is it. Yes, of course we did. But once we need to maintain it, not only maintain it, but once we need to, I don't want to say need, but technically once we want, not only maintain it, but to transform us, to try new system, to try to build new system. Hey, this is not a good idea how to, do you know what I mean? No,
but the impression that I got from you is that we shouldn't wait for someone else to build this system for us. We should do it ourselves in a way.
I'm saying it. I'm saying this exactly. But people, as I said, people are thinking this way. I don't want to say definitely not all of the people they helped to this event happened. I mean, this event, this disconnection from old context, from the old Matrix.
Yeah, and
But this is that. There is once there is a limited number of people, they can't make, I don't know, like 10, 12, 15 times more effort. They can't. They have their own real lives they want to live, and of course they have right to live their own lives. Do you know what I mean? It's so this is it what I'm trying to say, and what I want to appeal to the people. Don't just overdo it for yourself. This is nonsense. Let's try to make it smarter. You know, that means let's try to talk about all this stuff, as I like to say, in the tongue, in the language of their village, as I like to say, you know, because there are tons of dialects different from village to village in my homeland, and we are only very small country, like 5.5 million of people, and small country, and this is it. That means it is some sort of, how can I call it, from in village of their of their in the language of the village. That means that once you know, okay, I know this guy, this woman for I don't know how many years, and I know what may work for her, for him, at least for try to think through the whole thing, what I want to talk to her, to him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This is what I mean. Because you can't do it for yourself with such a small count, small numbers of people, because you have a right legitimate right to live your own life, and in the first place, and in the second place, to build your own matrix. Let's call it part-ish matrix.
So Peter, ultimately, you're encouraging us to create our own matrix, our own reality. That
I don't want to say matrix, because matrix is way too, like, people are totally allergic matrix, like once they...
all right, so no matrix, yes, okay.
But let's call it, like, as I like to say, our own sand playground. You know, like, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad about this idea.
Yeah, but this is not what they had planned for us. This is what we planned for ourselves. And I knew that this was my fault for not further explaining it. And because English is my first language, I did understand what you meant. And I wanted to, I realized that I dropped the ball in not fully explaining what you were trying to convey. So.
Yes, but I want to say something in order to defend you, that this is not because I can't properly speak or whatever in English. This is about, I want to say, 90% of misunderstandings or whatever. It is because of extremely complicated topic.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
It is like, even in my mother tongue, I was like, I simply, found myself stuck in the middle of idea, or maybe I start to, as I like to say, off-topicing, and I don't want to say this random bumbling, but it's, some sort of, as I like to say, filling in. Do you know what I mean, for the content? Because sometimes those it's like very, very complicated to say.
Well, we have the EU that has been, trying to set up everything that goes on in Europe, and people are like Brexit.
Sorry, I just want to finish it. My ideas, how to properly said them. It's crazy. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So, it kind of goes with the same topic, because we're talking about, not the typical bad connotations of New World Order. We'll use another term, but the Europe looks
but
like.
I wanna, give me a second. I wanna say you something. The fact, because of this, that people, vast majority, the fact, they can't live with some sort of leadership. That's the reason why I'm proclaiming, and I will be proclaiming, that the Miuch group, they are doing us a favor to take this leadership. Miuch, that is MURG, that means Monarch Umbrella Refugee Group. The problem is that I don't know if our world, with our not belief systems, mindsets, and all kind of the stuff, if they are ready, if people are ready for that. Because, for example, right, I was talking about the stuff, about as I said right now, the leadership, now this is not good idea, and all kind of the stuff. And then I talked about technology, right? And I was like, because I was like, what the heck should we do? Technology. And I was almost about to start cry. Okay, and what will be, how it will be, what are your plans, your ideas? And in our belief system, the most, I mean, the highly advanced, the most perfect technology always came and still are coming from army, from their point of view. No, from medical system, from let's call it eco-free, free energy or something like that.
Right.
And I was like, what the heck? But that's my question, that people will start to believe that they are, how can I say that, other fakers. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like people, they want to, they are false flags or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And that, but this is it from my point of view, that I was like, I don't know what the heck should I think about all this stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like
the new paradigm will include all of this. All of this, new advanced technology that's free. This is what we've been talking about. Many people have been talking about it. So this is just one example. Tesla. It's the Tesla Tower. Are you still there, Peter? All right. So what you were saying is that there's free energy, and
no, I want to say that they, from their point of view, from MURG point of view, the most brilliant technology and all kind of the stuff shouldn't be going to army and all kind of the stuff, but to medicine, to having like free energy and all kind of those, as I like to say, all the good stuff possible. Do you know what I mean? To technologies, how to effectively and healthy feed people all around the world, to eliminate I don't know, how can I say that,
inequities,
poverty,
yeah.
poverty, sorry for that. Poverty, I don't know, inequality. So I don't know, like few people being super rich, and then, do you know what I mean? Like people, as I like to say, respectively, as I want to say, and I am talking about that for many times, they are working 16, 18 hours per day for $1 per day, or maybe even less, for one glass of water and one small tiny piece of bread or something, So they just wanna do equal systems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that this is, I mean, in their reality where they came from, it is working. The question is if it will work. I mean, their ideas and all kind of good stuff, if it will work in our reality, because people, I want to talk about, respectively, I don't want to say I want to talk about, I want to know your opinion, if people will, in our reality, will even think about the stuff, because believe it or not, but they are, I mean, MURG group, they are deeply infiltrated
MURG group?
MURG. No, you don't. You will not ever
I won't find it.
see. You will not. No. You will not find it them on the internet. Nope.
Okay.
You will not see them. So the stuff is that they are deeply infiltrated into the also called DAY system. That means the hierarchy enslaving you. I don't know, like you know them, Zionists, Lionists, Illuminati. You know, P2, Rome Club, all kind of them. You know, do you know what I mean? So the stuff is that they are up to broke completely their own structure. They, you know, the hierarchy enslaving you, and of course they completely destroyed the whole system of those huge corporations, you know, like Umbrella, Monarch, Umbrella, R, and all kind of them. So what do you think about this? That okay, they are offering something, but even all kind of negative influences, let's call it, from very top, yeah, even they once they will be completely removed. What do you think personally? How will people react to this whole new belief systems, new, we can call it mindsets? I don't know completely how to call it. Yeah.
I think this is the fear that people have is.
I wanna ask you, sorry, but I wanna ask you why you are browsing through the Republic states or whatever.
Because these are the nations that supposedly have, communism, or they have socialism, or.
But which kind of them?
I have Moldova. I had Cuba was another one.
Yeah.
And these and they're supposed to have like equal wealth.
Give me a second. So you want to say that it should be something, and the project totally collapsed, and it ends up very bad. Okay, gotcha.
So because of probably our Matrix and others that wanted to suppress and we don't really have a positive example of that.
I know. I got you right now. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for that, but I was like, okay.
I know it didn't make any sense, and I know everyone probably watching saying, "What is she all right? What is she doing?"
No. I now I got you completely, but that's that from my point of view, that's another problem. But as I say, from my point of view, now it is our turn. It is, like the ball is on our part of playground. Once, we will be, let's say it will be tennis match. Do you know what I mean? So now it's ball on our part of the court, and I don't know if we will not mess up the whole opportunity.
How would we mess it up? Because it's almost like we're still in shock. If people are still in places of chaos, and
that's true. That's true.
And here is another problem. Let's see if I can find the right one. This right here, just when things are getting better, then you have another lockdown coming in, like in Serbia.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So just when things should be getting better, we still have these type of things going on. The people are angry.
But give me a second. I talked about that. Okay? I'm saying that people are acting like that because of two things. No? First, residuum effect, and first reason, residuum effect. Second reason, lack of people to help. They wanted to free willingly to help to build new. No, not. Let's not call it matrix. New construct, new context of existence, something like that. So this is the stuff. And once people are respectively, they will be only concentrated only for what they can see, what they can hear in the mainstream media, in the TV, radio, or read, maybe watch, as we are doing it right now, or on the internet. Yep.
So they're so focused on this negative stuff that they're not able to see anything positive coming from this.
Not only positive, but let's call it about all kind of the, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to, what? I don't want to say they don't. That's bad. But they don't, most of people, they even want to do something good. They don't know how. And from my point of view, that's not an excuse. Because, as I like to say, it is like being locked in a huge shed with tons of materials, huge amount of tools. But you watched a carpenter many years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But technically, the stuff is that, or I don't know, carpenters, or let's say. Or let's say like Leathermans or something like that, and you simply refused to learn. You don't want, if you was able to, you don't want to memorize. If you don't want to, fine, it's not a big deal, but you don't want to write, to draw pictures or take shots or something like that. And this is it, this is my impression. No? From my point of view, this is my impression. Like it or not, this is my impression, that the vast majority of people, they were too lazy.
I don't know if they're lazy. They are desensitized to what's going on with the news, that everything looks like a fiction almost after a while because of the mind control sort of that's in it. And so it's hard for people to actually grasp what's happening, or they feel immobilized right now due to the virus. They're afraid, either they're going to die from a virus, or someone's going to take their property from the protesters, or something else, or everything's going to burn down. They don't know what's going to happen. And so the people.
You mean this, let's say, level of uncertainty
and trauma. And now I think the Serbians are somewhat wanting to work with, they don't usually rebel like this. Well, maybe they protest, but I think they're afraid that this is going to completely, wipe out their economy, and they don't want to go into lockdown again. They don't see that everybody, there's not that many people getting sick. So who is imposing all of these lockdowns? None of this makes sense. And I think it's confusing people.
It's
residual. You said it's the residual effect from the old Matrix.
But I'm saying it all the time. Yeah, it's residual stuff.
So anyhow, that's why we have to what do you see as far as us being able to shift this paradigm and not stay in this state of when is this going to break out where they stop trying to lock people in, and is it going to, how many more months are we going to go through this chaos?
Once again, I can't see how long. I am just trying to say that from their point of view, it will be as long as possible,
Okay.
As long as possible. For their own, it will be for their own good.
Their own
what I mean?
Whose own good? Our own good, or for the
elite? Their. That means
the
elite, because their belief, I don't know why, but their belief that it is some sort of anchor for them to, they simply can get back to the new system, but they don't know. I don't want to say they don't know. They don't want to realize that this is not the case. I mean, this is not longer the case. Let's talk it that. Let's call it that way, huh?
So they're hoping that they can just jump back into the way it was before. But it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. 100% sure. 100% true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So we need to then assert ourselves in knowing this. And I just, always pray for people that they're stay safe in this whole process, because it's very volatile. It's extremely volatile. So, Peter, did you want to move on because we started off looking at this this heaven. Let's see. We called it the Heaven's Gate, right? Because of there was this thing that was created. It's really an ice sculpture. They made it up. It's fake. Right?
Yeah. You were right.
It's fake. It's kind of cool looking, but it is.
Yes, it is, but it's fancy looking, but it's fake. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
They call it the gates of heaven. The gates of heaven, right? And this is probably what it really looks like. And it's impressive, but it brought me over to, they were talking about what made it look this way is because of ice crystals. And so
absolutely.
Right. And so then it brought it back to, let's see if I can find it now. I'm jumping around. Oh. So it's this one right here that we were looking at.
And this is like, sorry for that. Like middle finger.
So this is the Carina Nebula.
Yeah.
And I said, well, this is definitely not a Heaven's Gate. I mean, this is
definitely not.
Definitely not. And so I was seeing this, and I thought I'd present this to you, and I didn't really explain what it was, and then you talked to me about how this is affecting us through. Is it Kara Sandman? Is connected to this.
Absolutely. Yeah, you are right.
Yep. So, and I'm looking to see some other pictures because this Carina Nebula is like really colorful. It's because of these ice crystals, I guess. So, do you want to explain to everybody what's happening here in this region, how this is impacting us? Peter?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you
I
want?
don't know. We just cut off for a few seconds. So
Yeah.
what do you want to talk about? I mean,
Well,
about this nebula particularly.
yeah, let's talk about what's going on. So, Cara Delevingne or Cara Delevingne is kind of one of the aspects of this Kara Sandman, right?
Yeah, you were right.
This came up. Also, someone had a dream, a nightmare, and they felt like they were in a
Oh, dream and nightmare is just a little bit you know, it's not the same. I mean, technically, the nightmare is
bad.
part of dream. It's like type of dream, but definitely not the same. Do you know what I mean?
So what happened in their dream is that he was in a battle with these beings that looked like the Star Trek or is it Star Wars Darth Maul? I think it's called something like that. And it seemed like it was coming from this direction. These guys right here.
Yep.
So those beings are from what are they anyhow?
You know, directly from hell.
In that area. That area
Yep.
we were just looking at is here.
Yep. Hell's Gate, you know that.
It's more than Heaven's Gate, it's Hell's Gate then.
Yeah, definitely.
And so Kara Sandman I thought she was connected to Monarch.
Yep, you were right.
But she also independently is from this region, which she must have her own military or whatever you call these guys.
Yep, you are right, 100%.
So is there anything else that you want to share about this? Other than they're giving us the finger or whatever it looks like.
Technically, it's the multi-system gate in the middle of the space. They are making all kind of illegal trafficking.
This is also, people don't really talk about the Carina Nebula because it's not everyone's, I think it's because it's in a southern place and it can be seen from, was it around Africa? Or something like that I was reading.
Yeah, you are right.
So, we were talking about human trafficking, not just child trafficking, because that's been going on for a while. And people usually focus on the children, but it's adults as well, right? And then the organ harvesting and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, you are 100% sure.
Okay. So, I have this video right here, and this is about this vehicle that somebody found. It was an abandoned vehicle, and they called the local authorities.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that they try. Well, I guess the feds try to seize it. And I don't know if I don't think anyone was in there, but they have like additional power supply. You can see that. It's definitely set up. It's soundproof, right?
Yep, it is.
And there's that's retrofitted with a mechanism to deliver a gas. That means that maybe to knock out whoever is in there, to get them to be submissive.
Yep, exactly.
No door handles, no escape mechanism.
Exactly.
So, and where they'll show us inside, it's everything stainless steel that can be wiped down, and probably to get rid of the evidence. And they're showing a soundproof test here.
Yep, you are
Yeah.
right.
So it's a white vehicle, kind of reminds me of the white vehicle that was following me when I was being followed when I was in Europe.
Yep.
Inside, they show that everything has like kind of a plastic or something over the seats so that, you know, if it would get wet. So, for example, children or anyone, you can see liquid proof covers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And something that they can wipe down. So there's no like cloth material. Everything looks like it could be sanitized or wiped down. Completely insulated, keep out noise and gas from escaping the back cabin. So if they put any gas in there, there's really no, you can't open a window, you're trapped there. I don't see anything that looks like chains or anything like that they would lock anyone in, but maybe just the doors like they showed, there's no handle on there to get out. And computerized system to administer the gas at the back of the cabin. This is the type of stuff that they've been hiding for a very long time. And I guess I don't know if blood, you can't find the blood on anything because of the way that they were able to clean it, and the stainless steel is probably I don't know. So yeah, it's very bad, very, very bad. And LED
I know
lighting.
you are right. I know you are right. Just by the way.
So, and see that performs surgery to remove organs. Like they're doing the anesthesia right in there.
Mm.
Yep, or some kind of.
100% sure. 100% true. My bad.
Yep, and we've talked about this. We've talked about this before. So this is another thing. This Wayfair, and they have this like weird little story, but then there's a pillow that costs $10,000. People are questioning what all of this is about. The kids shipped in armoires. The person who started the Wayfair conspiracy speaks. They're trying to. Yesterday, someone said the most searched for word in Google, I guess, was Wayfair. I guess a lot of people are trying to figure out what.
How
what
many?
How?
Which one? Third, fourth?
It was done first. It was the first most searched subject. Yep. So here's this guy. He is Niraj Shah, Wayfair CEO, resigns, steps down. Truth or hoax? This is the whole thing. I don't have any proof of any of this. I just want to make that clear. But we have been talking about these issues years ago about, taking children, taking adults, organs, the Shaw House, right? We talked about the Shaw House, and
Yeah,
spelled
that's true.
differently.
That's true. That's true.
And so, and this guy is right in Boston, is my city. And there it is, the whole thing with the cabinets. Is it possible the Wayfair involved in human trafficking? I mean, it could be completely wrong, but look at the pricing. The pricing, I think, is standing out, and also the names. I think they were looking at some of the searches for the names as the people are really digging into this, and they're saying that this story is debunked, but we don't really know. We don't really know. This guy, as I said, he's from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, which is more out west. It's not necessarily in the city. Went to Cornell, and also became the director of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. So it's a really tough subject. I've seen a lot of pictures on Facebook. Personally, I couldn't sleep one night looking at some of this stuff. And I'd recommend, if you're kind of weak and have too much compassion or whatever, you know, you're going to have a hard time looking at this and what, you know, what's happening with some of the children. So here again, you know, I mean, I guess people can do their own research. I mean, the last thing I would want to do is point fingers at somebody that's innocent, but it looks like a lot of fingers are being pointed in this direction, and so it's tempting for people to make money in different ways and turn the other way, look the other way, but I don't think we can look the other way on this one. You know, we have to keep digging in and finding out. But like I said, some of the pictures are way too graphic, and I just won't show them. So anyhow, that's that topic. And Peter, do you want to go in more with, you know, the subject of we've been talking about this, I think a couple of years ago, we started talking about this place, this marketplace, where the ETs are wanting to purchase, I don't know, body parts or whatever.
Purchase what?
Body parts and other things.
But once again, not of children, of
adults
adult people. Adult people.
Mm-hmm.
No, not adults as well. Only adult people.
All right, there's this video that I don't know if I have that. There's a video of David Bowie, and they show body parts and things. It's a very, very strange video. Maybe I can look it up. But it's very weird. Do you know when some of these musicians start singing about this stuff, what's their knowledge of it? I mean, because he talked about all sorts of things, life on Mars. He sang about, you know, space oddity, ground control.
Yeah, but I just want to ask you why you want to talk about that in particular.
Because one of his videos, if I can find it, he talks about it looks like there's body parts that he has in, like someone's dropping body parts, and then, you know, it's really weird. It's a very, very weird video.
From my point of view, it's not weird. It's just some sort of soft disclosure, at least from my point of view.
Yep.
It's weird from normal point of view. From point of view of truth seeker, it's some sort of soft disclosure. Well, let's talk about it that way.
Okay. Yeah, because there are quite a few. We've talked about musicians, you know, trying to disclose things like Avicii. And
and let's talk about Michael Jackson. Let's talk about Tupac. You know.
Yeah, and they all try to
make disclosure. Yeah, Prince, and they were, you know, removed. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah, I can't seem to find. Maybe I'll find it. If I do, then I'll add it onto the. I'll add it onto this video. It's really weird. I think it was. I don't know if it was this one or not. No, I don't think so. Okay. All right. So it was just, you know, a diversion a bit, but on the same topic. So we're looking at this market. Explain to us what the market is, because it's ETs. It's not just humans. And why?
No, it is not like just humans. All the buyers are either ETs or hybrids or crossbreeds, whatever.
And so the chain of command is that they are looking for people. They find people adults or children, because there's a lot of missing
No,
people.
none of them are, I mean, most of them are adults. Children, they are using for research, scientific research purposes. It's big difference. Because yes, of course, they are using adults for research purposes, but it's not true that they are using them for research purposes. I mean, that there is an abduction, and you know, people are long gone. That's not true, actually. From this point of view, what they are doing is that they are abducting people and got them back after a few days, few weeks maybe. That's the story. I mean, I don't want to say all the time, but most, I don't know, like 95% like, or like that, something
So
like
most of those people that they have found a lot of them get killed, right? As well.
It doesn't matter if they are killed or not. I am talking about that at least once they were not found alive, that at least body, you know, and that's good. I mean, it's not good once someone is dead, but at least you are sure that he or she is dead. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But in this case, you're not sure, but they can bring them back without us.
This is
knowing
what I'm
happened.
talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Because someone did a regression on me, and I told you this, and they saw me in one of those kind of weird my labs, and then, but I'm fine, right? So I'm physically here.
Yeah.
And that's an example of that, or whatever they were doing. And so it's hard to comprehend, but we do have a huge amount of people that are missing in our population that we have no explanation for, and they haven't found the bodies. So, but people have claimed to find a lot of children in cages in places like that, which is really weird too.
Yep, that's true. It is.
This is all the same group.
Technically, you are right, but technically you need to accept the fact that they are not, as you said, people, my bad, child trafficking because of some sort of, I don't know, like sexual stuff or so, but it's because they want the also called pure soul. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like the consciousnesses, you know, they were not, how they are calling it, black spotted. And I was like, what is this, black spotted? And that means that people there, I mean, my bad, small children, they were not encountered with crime, with sin or something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, there's an innocence, but that's part of the youthfulness and the endochrome too, adrenochrome, I mean.
Yep, you were right. Mm-hmm.
So they're looking for that, you know, the fountain of youth.
Yep. But technically, not only that, but it is this this vital organ. I don't know how it is named in English. You know, once it is big in comparison of size of body, quite big. Once child is small, and because of this organ, it is some sort of, because very, very small children were drinking a lot of milk. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they can see, I don't know, they're also called guardian angel. They can see, don't know, ghosts or something like that. They can explain, I mean, they can see paranormal activity, but they can't explain it logically, and all kind of those systems. Connection to the another existence systems. What is the problem? They want to, they who are kidnapping them, they want those organs, but without that, people, children will be killed. So they are implanting them some sort of, what is this? How will it call it? Like augments, and those children are ice cold, and because of this, there are maniacs, like psychopaths, sociopaths, and all kind of those stuff. So people with mental defects, you know.
Wow.
What do you mean by wow?
No, I mean it's just it's really hard to
But
discuss.
hey, what the heck should? But hey, what the heck should we do? Should we say some sort of beautiful lies or ugly true? You need to you tell me.
I want you to see this, Peter, that this is, do you see her eyes? This is what they're
Yep.
calling the panda eyes.
Which?
This panda eyes. They said this is what the eye, they're describing what the
Candle?
panda, Panda, like an animal.
Yeah.
And that's what the children look like when they're abused. And they have these black eyes.
Kandar? What?
No. Panda. I'll spell it out for you. It's like
a panda, like
yes.
this bear. Okay,
bear.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what I thought was weird is that she, you know, here she is, she's dressed up, and like, why? Why does she have that black around her eyes like that? You know? So it's stuff like this that has been, you know, I've been looking and, you know, finding more and more information related to what's going on here. And I guess a lot of people are doing that too. If anything, I don't have all the answers, and it's hard to have proof in any of this stuff, although it's starting to come through. But this type of proof is not pleasant to look at. And it's definitely not a positive subject, but we can't ignore it. I think it's part of disclosure.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it's important for us to bring it up. Moving along, I guess. And there's those creatures. So we had one other topic, and we don't have any other pictures regarding it, but it's called the system number 33, or sublevel 33.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
I got I felt like I was communicating with the Intergalactic Council, and they gave me some information about this system.
So let's go ahead. You will start. As it is, you know, as it is well known, ladies first.
Yeah, so they called it the axiom, and a description of the axiom is, I don't have that ready yet, just 1 second. So the word axiom means a statement or a proposition which is regarded as being established, accepted, or self-evidently true. So they're saying this is the truth. and they called it, to me, they called the system number 33, but they said that this construct is going to end, or it's, they called them holographic inventors. And so, you know, it was just some information here regarding it, and then I presented the information to you, but it was, they were using the number 33, and then they said it started in the year 666. So it's another whole other system, and I don't know if it's already connected to the old construct or
to the old construct. Yeah, you are right. To
yeah,
the old construct.
yeah, that's the way, because they said that it was going, and so to kind of confirming what you were saying as well, and they said that it was related to an ISIS chamber that was violated and then reconstructed to fulfill a global control. Do you know anything about this ISIS chamber that they were talking about?
You know, ISIS chambers, they were, that means they are not longer in the process of using.
Right.
They were used for storage of, okay, I will say it as it was in the files, storage of chambers for subjects. That means, I don't know, any kind of living organism. So that means, I don't know, plants, you know, animals, people. That means humans, right? Mm-hmm. But they experimented on all kind of, that means ETs, hybrids, crossbreeds, and this is it. Who are they? Try to guess. The Nordics.
Oh, okay.
You know, Nordics are all over the place once we are talking about negative stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So this sub-level number 33, this was a sub-level 33 level in the hive. Yep. Of the Earth.
No, not on the Earth, because it will look like there is only one hive on Earth, technically underneath the Earth. What is not true, because there are hundreds of hives, maybe thousands, I don't know.
Like a honeycomb is like the honeycomb part.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the very secret research centers from Umbrella Group. Yep, this is it.
Oh, okay. So, well, that brings us to the Umbrella. Corporation, or?
Corporation. And what do you want to talk about them?
Well, yeah, so that brings up Resident Evil then again, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, and then they were talking about the, also something regarding the 1717 introduction of the Masonic Lodge.
That's true, and other stuff. You know, everything is mutually connected together.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, as I like to say, we've got 2020, so technically we disconnected from all context, and it was old context what was started in 1717.
Did we just get cut off again? Yep.
What?
Oh, there you are.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that you know, that old context. I mean the complete way how it looked, how it worked, and all kind of the stuff. It was on symmetric year 1717, and it started and it ends in symmetric year 2. That means 2020.
So the whole Masonic system is ending, or has ended.
As I said, yep. But you know, residuum effect, it will take
a little time.
Just time.
Now that picture of Annie Lennox that I just had, it could also be raccoon eyes.
You are right, and raccoons are very cheeky and sneaky little bastards, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't like them.
There's still problems in Wuhan. I know that there was they wanted to do a research and figure out what's going on in Wuhan, and it flooded.
But I want to say something. It is not because of Wuhan or I don't know, whatever. The infection is spreading aerosols. That means you are using the spray. But okay, like, what the heck is going on with spray? No, it's very easy. It is, for example, it is in the grass, in the ground, and it is going because of heat to the clouds. That means infection in some sort of extremely small amounts of levels of humidity, not all that water, even humidity, right? Not water. And those clouds can get hundreds, maybe thousands of kilometers or miles or whatever, and the rain will, once the rain will fall, you know, it will be extremely highly infected. So it is pretty much the same story as with radiation. You know, it is absolutely crazy.
I know that they try to get rid of aerosol sprays, you know, because
no. Once again, I was just
using that as example.
That it is as example.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is extremely dangerous, and I am saying it because I mean, people outside US believe that it's bad because people in US are making protests, all kind of the stuff, right? And because of this, I don't know, like between 50 and 60,000 more and more infected every day, and between 10 and 15 deaths every day. This is not, I mean, yes, of course, this is the part of problem.
Yeah.
But it's only part of problem. Main part of the problem is that this is not because of COVID is liquid, but it is, I mean, it was since very start, but scientists have found it only in very recent days that COVID is actually not only liquid, but actually it is aerosol type infection. That's the case. That's the main part of the problem.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
it's airborne.
It is pretty much, yes, it is airborne, and it is pretty much the same story as with radiation. I don't know, it happened in Chernobyl and in Fukushima, whatever. This is it. This is it. The rain can drop, the clouds can move the infection, I don't know, for half of the world, and then rain can drop, you know, and you are infected. I don't want to say you, but your area is infected, you know. They were extremely dangerous.
They were spraying in some locations too. I don't know, is that supposed to be a disinfectant or what was
disinfecting? But it is not It is not effective. It is not effective.
So the second wave is related to trying to get people to be protected, and they're afraid that they're getting locked
Yes,
in.
that's true, but they don't know if they don't know how the heck they will stop the virus. That's the problem.
Well, I'm sure that our future shows that we do somehow, or it stops. I heard that it just stops on its own somehow because of maybe the residual effect is ending. I don't know.
Yeah. It will fade out.
Yeah. Any other things regarding this, Peter?
I think that we are good to go.
Yeah, I think so too. It feels like that. It's weird. It just feels like we're finished.
But from my point of view, it's fine if you don't want to add anything new or so. Pretty much.
I think it's a lot for people to think about still, and I don't want to jump around on all sorts of topics. We know that
That's true.
These issues are.
It will be very, very complicated for them to think through all the stuff.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them are already sort of doing that, but I just wanted to have a little bit more clarity. And any other suggestions regarding how to protect yourself?
From my point of view, nope. Just drink mint tea. And used to use this is this Tibetan, how we can call them,
Tibetan bowls.
Yeah, Tibetan bowls. Yep, exactly.
So meditate, stay healthy, and drink mint tea. Also, chocolate you said was helpful.
No. It wasn't. It is still. It is.
Yeah. So it's the highest percentage of cocoa. So it's above 80%, you said.
Yeah, no, not 80. 70, 72 okay. Plus, it will be pretty much okay.
Okay. And of course, take care of yourself and just stay protected and use good common sense when you're doing things. Figure out ways to bring in money.
From my point of view, it's pretty much fine for today, and what do you think, huh?
I think so. I think we did what we needed to convey here. Okay, Peter. Well, I just want to say thank you for your time, and as usual, you give us something to think about, and we will continue to expect the highest intention for ourselves and for humanity, and we're going to send a global healing to everyone and ask that this residual effect moves along rapidly, and also to end this organ harvesting group and kind of free us from this. And I don't know if you want to name. I don't know if we should be naming the ETs that were involved in this or not.
No, I think for in this phase it's fine not naming anyone.
Okay. Yeah, but I think it will probably the humans that are involved are getting named. So that information's coming out, and this is what we wanted. We wanted the truth. We wanted disclosure. We want people to no longer be blinded about what's going on behind the scenes. And so with that said, I say thank you. You've been helping to bring in a lot of this information, Peter, for the past 3 years, and you've done a great job.
Almost four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got lots of shows that we can share with people on the channel. So thanks again, and until next week or the next time that
2 weeks. Next 2 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you, and bye for now.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. join us on YouTube channel Jessica Ariel Morocco and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.